Have you read the passage? Easy or difficult? I think many questions are based on the second paragraph. Where a few sentences you have all the answers, and one or two questions based on the first paragraph. And what is the primary purpose of the Ghost Shark XL AUV? What is the answer? Is it the first option? No. Is it the second option? To carry out stealthy, long-range, autonomous undersea warfare. Underline the word carry out. Also underline the word stealthy. Also autonomous. First, write the phrasal verb carry out. Carry out means to execute. To do. Simple English, you can say. He carried out the orders, means he did the orders, he executed the orders. Have you got the meaning? Right? Carry on. You are busy doing something, you see me, you may stop out of respect, then what do I say? No, please carry on. Means what? Continue. Please write. Continue. Carry on with your work, carry on the work, continue the work. Carried out the orders means executed the orders. What is the second word here? Stealthy, an important word, means secretive. Stealthy operation, secretive operation. And usually it goes with cats. Cats move stealthily. When a cat, maybe a regular cat or a big cat like a tiger, predators, they move very slowly because any sound the prey will escape. So they have to move stealthily. That's an important combination. What is the next word I told? Autonomous means what? I'm sure you all know. Autonomous means independent. Write the word independent. It goes with educational institutions. Autonomous body means independent body. Shall we go to the second one? What is the statement, we are a nation girt by sea, imply about Australia's defense strategy? First option is what? Australia prioritizes maritime defense and security. Seems right or wrong? Hold this one. Does it focus on air and space defense? No. Does it focus on land-based threats? No. Australia relies on neighboring countries for defense? No. Minimal interest in defense capabilities? No. So what is the answer here? The first option is the answer. What aspect of the Ghost Shark's development is ahead of schedule? One word is a clue for you. Which word is that? Prototype. So what is the answer? It is not the first one. Where is the word prototype? Answer is the fourth option. Yes or no? The creation of the first prototype. Write the meaning of the word prototype. Prototype means the first model. First model. And if it works based on that, they develop on a large scale. And I'm sure you all know the meaning, allied. Ally means what? Ally means what? First you write a few words. Word forms. Ally, alliance, and allied means related. Allied services means related services. But political ally or alliance, political alliance means understanding between two countries or two parties. You all know this word. Fine. How does a ghost shark contribute to the AUKUS treaty? By acting as a diplomatic liaison, an important word. Please underline that word. Liaisoning means to coordinate between two organizations, to coordinate or be a mediator. Coordinate or be a mediator. I'll give the example, then you understand. usually if you take a big company, a major company, a corporate company, they have the tie-ups with a good rapport with the government officials. You all know that. Sometimes they influence the government also, decision making. The chairman does not go directly. There is a person who goes and deals with the government officials. We use the word licensing officer, means a mediator. Add the word officer to that. Licensing officer means he acts between the company, or he is a mediator between the company and the government department. Have you got the meaning now? By enhancing underwater surveillance and strike capabilities, hold this one. By transporting goods between member countries, not relevant. What is the question about? Ghost shark. Then can you consider the first one? Can you consider the third one? They are not at all relevant. By providing medical support, can you consider this? Not at all relevant. Engaging, this is also not at all relevant. Whether you read the passage or not, we can answer this one. What is the answer here? Second option is the answer, by enhancing underwater surveillance and strike capabilities. I hope you guys got it right. What is one of the primary design differences between the ghost shark and conventional submarines? One part is, it does not have one particular part. Which one is that? Here, Ghost shark has more powerful engines? No. Ghost shark is equipped with advanced sonar technology. I think the answer is the fifth one. What is the fifth one here? Ghost shark's machinery and electronics are in watertight modules. Has it been mentioned or not? So answer is the fifth option. Have you chosen the fifth option? How does the ghost shark enhance the capabilities of submarine patrols? This also, you don't have to read the passage. You can simply answer common sense. By increasing the duration and range of surveillance missions. Hold that one. Additional crew. Can it provide additional crew members? No. By reducing the number of submarines needed? No. By simplifying communication between submarines? Again, no. By enhancing the firepower of submarine patrols? No. So what is the answer here? Sheer common sense. By increasing the duration and range of surveillance missions. I hope you guys have chosen that one. Which countries are Australia collaborating with? It should have been, for its defense strategy. It is not China and North Korea. It is not Germany and France. It is the US, Britain, and Japan. All these are explicit questions. Questions based on explicit information. Why is a ghost shark smaller than a conventional submarine? It does not need to carry weapons. It is designed to be faster. It is meant for short-term missions only. It is intended for shallow water operations. It does not require a pressure-proof hull for a crew. Is that the answer? Answer is what? Fifth option. Hull is not required. That's why it is smaller in size. Has it been mentioned somewhere? Okay. Is that the last one? All of you write this is all about, write the word shark. I'm sure you all know the word shark. Shark is deadly or not deadly? Deadly animal. Many people die because of shark bites. If a shark attacks, you cannot escape. One of the reasons, the sharp teeth are very sharp. They are so sharp that if you take a baby shark also, you have to be extremely careful and cautious. By mistake, you touch the teeth of the shark, you get cut. You get a cut. They're very sharp. Literally sharp. Shall we go to the next set of questions? What are these about? Error location. The increase in fuel prices. First, what is the subject? You please respond now. Underline the subject. What is the subject here? The increase. Then we have a phrase. What is a phrase? In fuel prices, put in brackets. Identify the phrase and put it in brackets. Now you tell me the increase is singular or plural? So has affected. Anything wrong? Nothing wrong. Has affected what? You ask the question. The cost of living. Anything wrong? Underline the cost of living. And by doing it, what is the impact? Making it difficult for many families to afford. Making it difficult for many families to afford. Any problem? No problem. Afford what? Basic necessities like food and housing. How many of you have chosen the fifth option, no error? That's wonderful. Not easy. I always tell you guys, we have to respect the fifth option. What is the fifth option? No error. But to respect the fifth option, you got to be, one thing, very good at grammar. Second, you got to be very confident. Because under pressure, choosing the fifth option, not an easy thing. Somewhere something disturbs you. Is the sentence right? Your sixth sense says, maybe I could not locate. But go with a gut feeling. Gut feeling means what? Inside, you feel it is right, it is right. But check once, twice. The phrases, the clauses, the subject. Then go ahead. Nothing wrong with the sentence. But underline the word afford. Please write the meaning. Afford, I will write the example. I can't afford that car. It means I don't have enough money to buy that car. Affordability means to have enough money to buy something. Have enough money to buy. Affordability. I can't afford that car. What do you understand? I can buy or I cannot buy? I cannot buy. This is one meaning, it goes with the financial aspect. But it has another meaning. You all have to know, you may not know. I can't afford to say that. Write that example. I can't afford to say that. Or I can't afford to say something. Here it has nothing to do with the financial aspect. Here it means, imagine I work for a company and I want to talk about the management, against the management. But if I talk against the management, I lose my job, obviously. Yes or no? So, I may say something like, I can't afford to say something against the management. I can't afford to say that because this is a live session. Sometimes I say that. Have you noticed? Means what? If I say that, there's going to be a damage. Workplace, I may lose my job. Here it doesn't look good. Do you understand what I say? So I can't afford to do it. I can't afford to say that. Means if you do that, you say that, there's going to be a negative impact. That's what it means. Other words are rather easy. So this question, easy or difficult? Why is it difficult? Fifth option, not easy, under pressure. Adults suffer. Anything wrong? Adult subject suffer from what? Chickenpox, can develop all kind of complications. I will ask a question, you have to respond. Shall I? How many of you have thought there are two errors? Raise your hands. There are two errors here. First of all, adults suffer from chickenpox, can develop all kinds of complications. You must have focused on this word. Add S to this. But if you say adults suffer from chickenpox, that is one clause, can develop all kinds of complications, something is missing here. What is missing? Please write the word after adults. Adults, why is this Basha, please come here. Write the word after adults. Adults who suffer from chicken pox can develop all kinds of complications. That is the right answer. Have you guys got it? That is the correct sentence. Move అవుతుంది ఇది పైకి కిందకి వెళ్తుంది రాస్తున్నప్పుడు పైకి కిందకి వెళ్తుంది మధ్య మధ్యలో ఒకసారి అది చూసుకో. Shall I? You haven't thought of that. There are two errors. Adults who suffer from chicken pox can develop all kinds of complications. That is the correct sentence. Numbers of people. When you take the mock test or the actual test, do you have to go beyond the first part? A question like this. So where is the error? Will you say a numbers or a number of people? Strike off the letter S. Let me tell you, though it is a live session, in my opinion, though I can't afford to say, I'm compelled to say, these are all silly questions, in my opinion. What are these? Silly questions, but let us see if there is something to learn. Write the phrase a number and write the phrase a number takes a plural verb. There are two rules you have to know. This is not that important. Write the next one. The number takes a singular verb. This has been given many a time. The number takes what? Singular verb. The number of students has come down, or the number, have you copied these? Write this example. The number of students has come down. Now what will you say? Have come down or has come down? A student who is not aware of the rule will focus on students, plural, will think have is the right word. But what is the subject here? The number. After that there is a phrase. What is the phrase? Of students. Don't consider. The number takes which one? Singular verb. So what is the correct sentence? The number has come down. This has been given many a time in different competitive exams. You have to remember. A number of people have been employed. Have been employed, which tense is that? Present perfect, active voice or passive voice? Passive voice. That you have to recollect. To deal with the backlog of work, means pending work, backlog. The symbol displayed outside a restaurant. This is also a silly question. A restaurant or a restaurant? Can you use, why is this moving? Can you use, please strike off the letter S. Before, if you use an indefinite article, you have to use singular noun or plural noun. Singular noun. A student. We never say a students. That's a wrong combination. The symbol displayed outside the restaurant or the restaurants signifies there is excellent cuisine. Underline the word cuisine. How do you pronounce this? Cuisine. Cuisine means the types of dishes that go with a particular region. We use expressions like South Indian cuisine, North Indian cuisine, means the dishes. I always tell students, based on your question, I'm responding to your question. Many students lack the contextual awareness. That is the reason why they miss a lot of questions. They take the grammar approach. Now, when you read this sentence, tell me, does it talk about one symbol or many symbols? One symbol. One symbol displayed in front of one restaurant or many restaurants. Obviously, we are talking about the symbol. Can you display the same symbol in front of every restaurant? Not possible. That means we are talking about one restaurant or many restaurants. Only one. Then can you say a restaurant? No. Only a restaurant. This is purely contextual awareness. Shall I go to the next one? I appreciate this student. He is asking questions. That's what we want. When one student asks a question, everyone gets benefited. It shows that he's thinking. You understand what I say? That's a good thing. Keep asking. I'll be happy. What is the next one? I think that childhood is a time when there are many ways to made or to make. Where is the error here? Fourth part. To make life enjoyable. Why? What is this to make? Tell me. It is a verb. Any verb has 5 forms like your 5 fingers. Basic form or infinitive, present form, past participle, present participle. Which one is this? It is a basic form with the 2. It is infinitive. Without 2, we call it bare infinitive. With the 2, we call it present infinitive. No, present infinitive. What is this called? With the 2, present infinitive. So we have to use, we cannot say to made, to make. I'm sure you all know this. Today, I think, how many questions based on error location? Out of 5 questions, forget about the first one. Other questions easy or difficult? Easy, should not be a problem. This para jumble also easy. Let us take elimination approach. Please respond now. Can you consider A, the first one? The topic sentence, why? Underline the word if. Please do what I say. Any word that begins with if usually cannot be the first one, eliminate. Can B be the first one? Why? Adding more information. Underline the word also. There also. Also means it cannot be the first one. Can C be the first one? Why? The amount of light a given location receives would be fixed and there would be no seasons. The amount of light, definite article. So chances are less, but still you have to keep it open. The season, see here, I always tell students, never approach English with fixed ideas. You will be in trouble. We also say, a sentence with the definite article the cannot be the first one, eliminate. Then I caution students, but this tip, be careful, you may come across exceptions. Here, what is the first one, tell me? The seasons on Earth change because the planet is slightly tilted on its axis as it travels around the sun. D is the first one, have you chosen? But what is the first word here? The definite article. So, exceptions always, English has rules, English has exceptions. You have to accept that. What is the first one here? The seasons on Earth change because the planet is slightly tilted on its axis as it travels around the sun. What is the second one here? If Earth were not tilted, the sun would always appear to be directly above the equator. Can we take A as the second one? Or there also would be no need to mark, no, you cannot use. The amount of light a given location receives would be fixed and there would be no seasons. But actually here, you cannot, let us go to the fifth one also. This means that different points on Earth receive more or less sunlight at different times of a year. So what is the second one here? Can you consider E as the second one? Why? First, the seasons on Earth change because, what is the clue for you? Slightly tilted on its axis. Because it is tilted on its axis, what is the impact of that? The writer is explaining. This means what? This means it is talking about the tilt of the axis. I hope you guys got it. Different points on Earth receive more or less sunlight at different times of year. What is the next one? It should be, already we have got 2. There are 3 sentences. In a way they are related. However they are related, we'll see. If Earth were not tilted, condition, sun would always appear to be directly above the equator. Then what is the impact of that? The amount of light a given location receives would be fixed and there would be no seasons. There also would be no need to mark equinoxes or solstices. So what is the order here? A, C, B. Because also means more information you are adding. Who has got this order? Not too many, but this is an easy one in my opinion. It all depends on to what extent you understand the context, one thing, and to what extent you use the clues also. Here, one clue for you: if Earth were not tilted, the sun would always appear to be directly above the equator. What is the impact of that? C talks about the impact. The amount of light a given location receives would be fixed, and there would be no seasons. What the writer talks about, see, what is the broad framework here? You should always, whenever you work on a para-jumble, whether you get it right or not, but you should think of the broad framework. How does the writer take the readers? He starts with the axis. You all know what is the tilt of the axis. Is it, I think, not 23.5 degrees? What is the tilt? I don't remember right now. But there is a tilt. It talks about the tilt of the axis. The writer introduces a paragraph talking about the tilt of the axis. First sentence. Second sentence, the writer talks about the impact. Or in the same sentence, he talks about the impact. Then writer, 3 sentences, talks about if the tilt is not there, what is the impact? No seasons and no equinoxes. Equinox means what? Day and night, same length. I think you all have geography. So, first about the tilt, then about the seasons, then about receiving the amount of light, and last 3 sentences talk about if at all there is no tilt, what is the impact? No seasons, and no need to talk about equinoxes. This is a broad framework, but this goes more with geography. Yes? What are these about? The company's decision to implement a 4-day work week resulted in higher employee. Underline the word higher. Higher employee. 4 days, is it related to salaries? This is contextual awareness. Turnover, hold that one. Actually, turnover also cannot be used because it goes with company's turnover, means the amount of volume of business done. Generally, we ask, what is the turnover of the company? 200 crores, not profit. Complete financial transaction. The turnover of the company is 200 crore, imagine. Then you ask the question, what is the profit? Profit is about 15 crore. You can't expect more than that. 15% is good because they have to spend on overhead, so many expenses, infrastructure, so many things. Complete whatever they get, financial transaction, turnover, the company's turnover. Profit won't be that much. Here it goes with the company, not relevant. Productivity. When we talk about employees, what do we talk? We talk in terms of their productivity. To what extent they are productive. Hold that one. Employees and expenses, are they related or not related? In a way related, but 4-day means why will the company incur more expenses? I don't think so. It is not related. And complaints, not related. These are all exceptions. What is the answer? Why productivity? This has been tried. I don't know how many of you know. You may get this as a passage because this has been in the limelight. And I always tell students, if you take bank exams, they have been taking articles from one particular magazine. Which magazine is it? The Economist magazine. They are lifting the articles from this magazine and giving as passages. And the Economist magazine has been writing articles. I have read a few articles about 4-day work, 4-day week, Monday to Thursday. So employees are very happy, it seems. Why? They can spend the time with the family 3 days. That makes a lot of sense. And because some positive thing is there, these 4 days they try to give the best. That way the productivity has increased. Do mark my words, you may get this particular thing as a passage in your exam. What is this thing we are talking about? A 4-day work week. Very important. It's in the limelight right now. Shall I go to the next one? That is also an easy one in my opinion. Despite his initial reluctance, he eventually embraced. We have got this word already. Embrace means what? Accept, welcome, implement. the lifestyle, enjoying the simplicity and peace it has brought or it brought, whatever. The clue for you, simplicity. This is a bit difficult for you guys. How many of you know the concept, minimalist concept? Raise your hands. Very good. If you read newspapers and magazines, you come across these things. In Western countries, if you take, I don't know, I see a lot of new students, please write two words. One is Occidental, Oriental. Have I given these words? Occidental culture means Western culture, right? Western. Occidental culture, Western culture. Oriental culture, Eastern culture. And what is the fundamental difference between these two? Western culture or Occidental culture is materialistic. What is it? Materialistic. Oriental culture or Eastern culture, that is our culture, is spiritual. I hope you guys are writing these words. So your generation may not know, when I was young, we would talk about the West, the perception about the Western countries. Write one expression. Today also many Western countries, we use the word affluent countries, affluent societies. Affluent means very rich. Western countries, rich or not rich? They are very rich. Affluent societies, affluent cultures, affluent countries. So what we would, the perception that time, these Western countries, they believe in materialistic lifestyle and known for something called use and throw. Use and throw culture. Please write this also. Western countries, in the past what they would do, they would indulge in use and throw culture. I'll give an example, then you understand. I hope you guys are listening. Imagine you have a guitar or veena. One string came off. What do? You throw off your guitar or you take it to the guy who repairs and gets a new string and use the same guitar. What do? You get the new string, use the same guitar. But Western countries, that time what they would do, I'm talking about 50s to 80s. Now even there, so many differences are there. They're not that rich in the real sense. So what they would do, throw the guitar, buy a new one. There is no concept of repair. Imagine your refrigerator, some problem. What do? Your TV, some problem. What do? You throw it or you get it repaired. But they would throw. Because affluent societies. So based on that, this concept, what is the concept? Use and throw culture. And excess. Why is it called materialistic? Materialistic means always after possessions. Now, as a person, how many cars do you need? One is enough. But they would go for 1, 2, 3, 5, 10. After material things. So it is known as materialistic. Excess. Too many things. Now they have changed the philosophy. Now one philosophy is very popular. What is it? Minimalist philosophy. That means minimum. At home you have the minimum things. Maybe 2 pairs of clothes, maybe 1 pair of footwear, maybe a small refrigerator, all minimum. You know the word minimum, minimalist. That is the context. So if you know this, an easy question. If you don't know all this, then a bit difficult to understand. Despite his initial reluctance, he eventually embraced the lifestyle. What lifestyle here? I have talked about what? Minimalist lifestyle. Enjoying the simplicity. Here minimalist is nothing but being simple. Some people wear a lot of accessories. 1 ring is enough. 5 fingers, 5 rings. So flamboyant appearance. But you cut down everything, simple or not simple? Very simple. How many of you have chosen this? Raise your hands. 1, 2, 3. That means not an easy one. Tell me, why is it not easy? Lack of contextual awareness. What is the reason behind? All of you, I don't know how many of you are comfortable with my style of teaching. This is not the regular style of teaching. I talk more about knowledge, contextual awareness, becoming an intellectual. Some educators they say also directly, the purpose should be to get them the job. What is the objective here? Learning English or getting the job? So bottom line is getting the job. So many educators take the approach, question, answer, and move on. Practical approach, yes or no? But this worked in the past, when there was no competition, when the questions were easy, when the questions were substandard, this approach worked. Now, can you say the questions are easy now? These days, the exams, mains especially, easy or difficult? They are very difficult. Competition less or more? Severe competition. 2019, till 2019, we would consider 7 marks. One of our students could not get the job. I would ask the question, oh, bad luck, how many marks? 7 marks. Oh, very narrow, I would say. Today, our students are getting eliminated. How many marks? 0.25 marks. That means the competition is severe, not severe. 7 marks came down to 0.25. Very narrow. So many people are writing, thousands, lakhs are writing. So, what is the solution? You have a choice now. Please listen carefully. Choice 1, be in your comfort zone, go with grammar, and struggle 3-4 years. When it comes to mains, prelims automatically you clear. That is choice 1. Choice 2, come out of your comfort zone, read extensively, at least a newspaper every day, improve your knowledge, become an intellectual, get exposed to a variety of context, the same context you get in the exam, then you can clear mains effortlessly. That is choice 2. So which one do you want to take, choice 1 or choice 2? And if you want to take choice 2, you have to read. There's no choice there. There's no choice there. You have to read every day. How do I know? I don't come prepared. All these are spontaneous. How do I know? We have got this word for the first time. But I read about this a few years ago, articles about minimalist approach. Western guys trying to follow this philosophy, minimalist approach. So I remember immediately I knew, oh, question is about that. Read a lot. That will help in the long run. Her groundbreaking research provided new insights into the treatment of what sort of diseases you have to ask. Here the context talks about groundbreaking, underline. Groundbreaking research means simple or extraordinary. Extraordinary, first you have to understand. You can consider preventable diseases, benign, write the meaning of that. It is a positive word, pleasant and kind. Malign, that is malignant, negative, bad, but benign, positive, pleasant and kind. And can you use that with the diseases? No, mark it wrong. Hold the third option, chronic. Chronic means what? Last for a long time. A disease lasts for a long time, chronic disease. Transient means a temporary. Write the meaning. Transient means what? Short-lived or temporary. Then you cannot call it groundbreaking research because temporary disease is not a big deal. Acute disease we don't say. Acute goes with pain, agony, anguish. Acute means what? Severe. I have already given this. Acute pain means what? Severe pain. So what is the answer? Preventable disease, you cannot say groundbreaking research. So what is the answer here? Chronic diseases. This is purely based on contextual awareness. How many of you have got this one right? Good, pretty good. The cultural festival showcased a diverse array of performances. Underline the word diverse. First you write different. Diversification, going into a new field. Array is an important word. It means a range. Array of performance, a range of performances. Collection. You can say that also. Collection also you can write. Collection is also in a way range of something. From traditional dances to modern, what are we talking about? What is a clue for you? Underline cultural festival. Under culture, what do you get? Performing arts, dances, singing, all those, painting, sculpture, part of culture. And this is a clue. Can you say modern cooking? Can you say modern sports? Modern music? Hold this one. Modern fashion? In a way, but not exactly. Modern art. You have to decide between the two things. One is music, the other one art. How many of you have chosen the third option? On what basis I would like to know? Very good. Underline the word performances. Based on that word, you cannot choose art. What are you supposed to choose? Music. Music you perform. You perform or you don't perform? Answer is the third option. In an effort to reduce waste, the restaurant began using biodegradable. Underline the word biodegradable. Did I underline any other word, the previous question? No. Biodegradable means what? Degrade means what? One meaning going down. The standards are degrading. Means what? Going down. The quality is degrading, going down. But here biodegradable means what? The food material, organic material, being broken down by microorganisms. That is known as biodegradable. Microorganisms degrade or break into pieces the food material. Then we say biodegradable. For takeout orders. So what are these takeout orders? That is a clue for you. Containers hold this one. Can you say biodegradable menus? No. Decorations does not go with the context. Ingredients hold this one. Advertisements not relevant. But here, takeout orders. When there is an order of restaurant food, you consume it. So we cannot use with the order you have placed. It has to go with a container. Why? Today you all know plastic is a major problem. Plastic containers degradable or not degradable? So what is the solution? Biodegradable containers. So how many of you have chosen the first option? Good. What are these about? Spelling related or inappropriate? The castle was restored early last century and its chambers contain valuable paintings and antique furniture. So here antique, not the right word. Write two words. First you write antique. Means a particular type of behavior. Antiques. I cannot tolerate his antics. Means what? His behavior, peculiar behavior, are showing temper tantrums. Have you heard of the expression temper tantrums? For God's sake, when I ask a question, respond. Please write. Temper tantrums. This goes with youngsters, young couple. Temper tantrums means, imagine a boy and a girl. Suddenly the girl becomes serious. Why? The boy doesn't know. Some reason the girl becomes serious. And she shows anger accordingly. Or same thing goes with the boy. I'm not gender biased, okay? Sometimes the boy is very moody. Why the girl doesn't know? Then they try to take out that frustration. That is known as temper tantrums. Means odd behavior. What does it mean? Odd behavior. It goes with boy, girl, husband, wife, showing temper tantrums. And a typical example, don't show your temper tantrums to me. This is what we say. Have you heard of this? No. Okay, fine. Antic in a way related to behavior. But write the other word. What is the right word to be used over there? Antique piece. ANTIQUE means very old and has some value. Because there is a saying in English, what is it? Old is gold. Imagine there is a car that belongs to 18th century. Antique piece or not antique piece? Or a watch also, clock. They fetch more price because you cannot get it now. Very old and obviously it has to be unique, otherwise why will people buy? Old and unique, definitely unique it has to be there. Imagine there is a ordinary thing like a spoon, very old spoon, but people may not prefer that. It is not unique, it's something very common. So it goes more with vehicles, more with watches, clocks, and furniture also. Antique furniture fetches money. Unique, definitely. Shall I go to the next one? Let us go to the next one. In an increasingly litigious, first you write the word litigant. A litigant means related to law. Litigant, he is a litigant. It has two meanings. One meaning, litigant means a law, legal, related to legal aspect. You all know the word law. He is a litigant means it has a negative connotation. He tries to create problems and complications. Then you have to sit, argue, fight. Then we say he's a litigant, not a positive word, negative word. In an increasingly litigious world, accidents trigger a search for blame, and aspirations of blame often trigger ensuing litigation. As I said, litigant, litigation related to law. But here, can you use a positive word like aspirations? Because litigation is a legal term, has a negative connotation. Can you use a positive word like aspiration? No. So what is the right word here? Accusations. Accusation. You accuse someone of blame. So what is the right word here? Appropriate word. Accusation. Accusations of blame often trigger ensuing litigation. Accusation is the right word. You all know the meaning of the word accusation. Means what? Point out someone saying that he or she has done something wrong. There are two words you have to know. First you write the word accusation, allegation. Yes, write that also. Accusations, allegations of blame. They go with blame, blaming someone, pointing out someone. You are all aspirants. You have aspirations. Aspiration is a positive word. Can we use in that context? No, no way. This is a bit challenging. Have you thought of C? How many of you have thought aspiration is not the right word? Raise your hands. No one. I always tell students that this particular set, there are two dimensions. What is the first one here? Inappropriate in the context, wrongly spelt. Your mindset, you always look for wrongly spelt word. That you're conditioned that way. But do remember there's another dimension. What is the other dimension? Whether a particular word is appropriate or not appropriate. I remember in one exam they gave, he is an eminent scientist. He is an eminent scientist. So students check the spelling. Imminent scientist, I'm telling the key words. But actually nothing wrong with the spelling of the word. The problem is it is not the right word. Imminent means what? Likely to happen. Certain to happen. War is imminent. Means war is going to happen. Floods are imminent. So what is the right word here? Eminent scientist. Eminent means outstanding. That only a few can answer because they focus on the spelling. But these questions do focus on the context, the spelling, and whether all the words are appropriate, not appropriate. Otherwise you miss a mark. The next one, They had known him as a trusted confidant, a shoulder to cry on. This is a clue for you, and a companion who would share their most intense moments of happiness. The whole context is a clue for you. Now, what do you understand from this sentence? We are talking about a person. That person, you trust him and you share all your secrets with him. You express yourself with in front of him. You don't hold anything. So, what is the right word here? Please write the word confidant. Confidant, D-A-N-T, not confident. Confidant means a person you can trust and share all your secrets. A person whom you can trust, with whom you share everything, all your secrets. But there is a saying in English, you can have a never make your best friend your enemy. Have you heard of that? Never ever do that. Why? That fellow will, all your secrets go out. You got to be careful. So this is a bit difficult one in my opinion. What are these about? Same pattern or a different pattern? Large numbers of innovation tools have been rushed out since the implementation of technological machine. What is this? Interchange, new set of questions. Large numbers of innovation or machine tools have been rushed out since the implementation of technological innovation. So which two you have to change? Which one is that? The document is almost approved, an investment advertisement, and must be verified and certainly as such. Last word you cannot feel comfortable. Certainly as such, no, and must be verified and certainly. Verified, and after that what is the next step? Approved. So which two words you have to change? The document is almost certainly an investment advertisement and must be verified and approved as such. Do you have B, D? What are the two words you have to change here? Let me check. Which option is that? Fourth option. Have you chosen the fourth option or any other option you thought? Fourth option. Here you cannot change other words. The document is almost certainly an investment advertisement and must be verified and approved as such. We don't know the context, but one clue is enough. What is that clue? Verified and approved. That's enough. Or you have one more option with, let us check DA. Perhaps he's trying to tell me that. The certainly is, no, you cannot use that one. Answer is definitely which option? Fourth option. According to intelligent theory, will you say intelligent theory? Quantum theory, elementary particles do not really exist until an intelligent observer measures them. So which two you have to change? What is the answer? Happy. Next one. It is not dilemmas to be much more precise than this without becoming hopelessly entangled in a series of impossible possible. Does it make any sense? So it is not, is it precise or hopelessly or possible? It is not possible to be much more precise than this without becoming hopelessly entangled in a series of impossible dilemmas. So which two you have to change? What is the meaning of the word precise? Exact. One meaning, precise means exact. Also write the word accurate. Basha, stop. Who has got 25 plus?